She's really nice. She tries to give you her best, and she wants you to give her your best, and she's just a really nice person. She's not very strict. She wants to make learning fun. Sometimes we don't even recognize that we're learning because of how fun it is. She wants to make school just seem like a place that we can be welcomed in.
The kids just feel safe with her. Every kid feels welcome. I always tell people, she teaches 4th grade, which is when you learn long division. But those kids aren't going to remember her as the teacher that taught me long division. They're going to remember her as the teacher that taught them to care for others, the teacher that taught them to always try their best, and just remember her as the teacher that was always there for them to support them in anything they wanted to do and try.
It warms my heart because I always tell the kids, we all go through things. They go through things. I know sometimes we think, oh, they're little kids. What could they know? And it makes me proud to know that I can make those connections with them.
One time when I was trying out for NEHS, I was really nervous. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. And then she was like, it's okay, you got this. I know you're gonna do amazing.
And how'd you do?
I made it into NEHS. It felt so good because I never had a teacher who always stayed by my side no matter what.
Human is human, and feelings, we all feel them. So I take pride in knowing that they can see me and see different parts of me, but still know that I can come in and give it my best. And more importantly, I hope they recognize that I give my best for them because they deserve the best teacher that they can get.
I would like to tell her that she has been, don't tell my other teachers, the best teacher ever. And she is always very nice. And she's just the teacher that you're like, you know what, I hope she moves on to 5th grade. And then I get her. And then I hope she goes to middle school, so I get her again. One of those teachers where you're just like, you know what, I want this teacher again.
She is full of life. She's funny. She just has a compassionate heart for students. She makes the classroom environment feel like family. All the kids, they look up to her. You could just see it in her teaching. And she actually inspires me and motivates me to be a better educator as well.
She has enthusiasm that she shows us when we get a question wrong, and she's very sweet, she's nice. I would like to have her again for every single grade.
If I can make it fun for them for a little bit, then that makes the independent work, that much easier because we've already collaborated. We've already done the fun stuff so that by the time I ask them to sit down and work, they're more than willing to work because they're willing to show me what they've learned. So I always make sure that I open up with something exciting and I end with something exciting.
She takes the time to get to know her students, in a personal level, not just academically, but in a personal level. I just take that away, and I also try to apply it into my classroom with my students. She's the type of teacher that as students get older, they always remember her.
To me, making sure I kept up with the times and making sure that I take a step back and say, this worked for this class, how can I implement it here? We're constantly reinventing. We're constantly reinventing ourselves. And it's good and bad because sometimes when you think you've got it, here comes a group of kids that don't get it. So I think for me, what keeps me going is the constant reinventing. I think that's the greatest thing though, because we're not like the old time or when I went to school. It's a sink or swim. And I don't want the kids to think that. I never want my kids to think it's sink or swim, ever. So if you don't get it, I'm gonna sit there with you.
Mr. Martinez is such a wonderful human being. He carries this aura of just happiness. I have never, in the years that I've known him, seen him without smiling. And I think he radiates that into the classroom.
He's a joyful person, He smiles a lot,
You know, and whenever, like, he's always smiling even when he's having a rough day. Every time I come into class, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to school, but I remember that Mr. Martinez is my teacher, and, you know, I get up and I just think of how much of a great teacher he is, and that's like my, like, whenever I don't want to go to school, I'm like, hey, Mr. Martinez is there.
It is extremely important to be positive and always happy. For me, I always make it my everyday goal, you know, even though I've been through hard times, and I just feel being like that with my scholars, I have that power to change their environments and the atmospheres they're coming from home.
He always likes cheers us up, like when we're sad or mad. He just makes our fan go upside down. Yeah, he inspired me to be a teacher because I want to be like a good teacher to show kids how to like responsibility and stuff.
He provides a safe place for them to not only learn, but an opportunity to make mistakes and know that it's okay to make the mistakes in his classroom.
One of the things that I always look at is being patient. You know, even though sometimes we feel like losing it, and it's normal, right? But I always remind myself, you have to be patient, you know, because again, going back to my classroom being that happy place, right? What if they don't have someone that's patient in their lives and I'm the only one? So I always reflect on that, on being patient with them.
I would like to tell him that you're a great teacher, and I'm really glad I got to be in your class.
One of the things I love about Ms. Rivas is that not only is she very knowledgeable, but she's willing to share her knowledge. As teachers, we always are learners, right? And so she learns from me and I learn from her. But when I need help or when I get stuck, I need something creative, innovative, she's willing to help. Even with tech support, anything that I need, she's there.
I would say she's an amazing teacher. She uses a lot of fun strategies to teach us. It's an amazing experience. She uses creativity and reading to create a nice environment. It's just nice to be in there. I mean, it's a warm feeling when you see everyone in the class just happy, talking, and learning. You just get a warm feeling inside when you walk into that class.
Her class, well, I like how there's like a reading corner. Yeah, I like reading too, like her, like she does. Like there's like a reading corner, so like basically like when it's like silent reading, you can just go over there and like read a book.
I feel like reading is my solace, and like they say, readers live 1,000 lives. I feel like that's very powerful, and I want to give my students, my scholars, every opportunity they possibly can to be readers. It's never been like, you're a 5th grader, so you gotta read 5th grade level text and you gotta read 5th grade books. It's never been about that for me. It's just simply loving to read and enjoying the experience.
The reason why she gets along well with the students is because there's that mutual respect. She has 5th grade, and sometimes, you know, it's hard and they're starting to mature a little bit more, but she treats them all with respect. They're always doing things that are hands-on. She brings in new ideas that are gonna keep the kids motivated and excited about learning.
I do give all my students a clean slate every day, no matter what happens the day before or even an hour before. I always provide them with that safe space, that safe learning environment, and I always let them know that I'm here for them.